Hello, everyone. Hi, Professor. My name is Santiago Hernandez. I'm going to explain today my dashboard about the project for this week. So, the first thing that I did was import the tables that we get to make sure Power BI can read it. I use the get table to import it, and I use the transformation data in the back of the query to use all this information. So, we get these tables the customers table. I have to verify the customer ID is unique. We create the column of address. In all the values, I verify the missing value. I verify that we have empty values, all those things to make sure we have every errors and everything. Okay, to understand and get familiar with the data that we have, I have to verify that each column have the right information. For example, this one in the date table, I have to verify that the data type is date. In that way, we have the same information and be able to connect from one table to another table. In order facts, we have to verify that all the orders are have ID unit and make sure everything is okay. Also in the product table, we use the product ID as a unique table. Make sure we have the information that we requires. In the regional table, I have to verify the information that we have. Here is another information that we is a limitation. I try to just make sure we have this data. I didn't manipulate it in that way because that's the data that they provide to us. So that's the way that we can start management and use this information. You see here, it say that the state in USA Central Region is Ontario. That's something that is getting me confused and trying to figure out, but I just prefer a letter like that. In that way, we have the right information as the company provides that information. Okay, so that's something that is a limitation because we are not sure if this is wrong or not, this information, but as the information that we get from the company, that's one of the limitations that we get. Okay, after that, we already have all the tables created. So what I did was creating my model with my one fact table and four dimensional table. I use this one to many relationship both ways. In that way, I can create and be really have different ideas for the visualization information demonstration. So we have all the things here. Okay, so I use in regional table the regional ID a priority, the customer ID as a priority, and date table, the date that's as a key priority, and the product ID as a priority. In that way, we can connect to the dimension. Okay, we use all this to create a one star schema model with. And I just put it like that, and that way you can see it very well and make sure everything is okay. Perfect. Now, after that, we have to create to all the relationship and everything. What I did was to create the master table to verify that all my relationship are working very well, that all the information that we get it. So I use the customers. In that way, in each customer, we can see what kind of product, and we can see what like what part of the product they get it and everything like that. Okay, now with all this information, we verified that our relationship are created, and after that, what I did was creating the measures table, where I create all these measures table. I during the process that I was doing the report view, I create different measures like profit margin, total of sales, total of orders, profit, quantity, and that is going to explain you in a second in my view report. Okay, so that's what the idea. We clean the data, we create, verify all the relationship. In that way, we can start creating different reports. Okay, now here for the execute overview, what I did was to create an overview summary of what we have. As we see, we have a similar percentage of each category. I compare it from the previous year. In that way, we can see that, for example, technology, as we see here, is really good and is increasing year, so that's good. Uh, for example, office supplies have a little bit of the similar behavior, but it's something that we can compare it by category. That's something that is give us a really big summary for the company, and I I use the slicer to insert all the total sales, total profit margin, all those things. Okay. Now for the sales analytics, that is going to be more focused of the sales department. Now here, what I use, and I use the slices too by year, different like different filters, like month, region, or category. I like this one because we can see that, for example, in the west part is the best size that we get more sales. We can compare what kind of product we get, all the things, the total sales, profit margin, product. We can see of each product at the top. And also this allowed us that the total sales by month, so we can see, for example, January and in middle of the year to increasing at the end of the year are the highest. Also, what I did here is like a kind of heat map that we can see, like for example, this product in technology in Agus was really good. So that's something that in the sales department we can see. Oh, this is a good month. We can prepare for the next year for better things to put more products. In that way, the people is getting familiar with that. Or in the other way, we can focus in the months like February in the finisher that was really light. Okay, so that's the focus about the sales technology. We can see that the technology is really good for us. I like this filter. In that way we can compare the technology is always increasing at a really red level that is a high sales. Okay, now after that, with this relationship, what we can get, we focus about the marketing. Okay, I create this one like that, more because it's really good to understand and that we can explain the profit margin and the total customers that we get, what kind of customers. I use the segmentation in that way, total sales by segment, customers, corporate, and home office. So in this one, I try to use this a little bit of the same ways, but the scatter plot is going to tell us what happened here. The total sales is according with the profit. Okay, so if the sales are really low, we can see that the profit is low too. But when they have a good profit, it's going to tell us total sales. Okay, it's according about that one. And all the corporates on home office, we can see that the customer, general customers, are the big thing here and the main focus of all of this. Okay, now we can see here, or something like that, that we can compare it. We can compare per year too. Okay, that's something that help us to know if each year is improving or not. Like for example, 2020, we changed like from the bottom. 2019 is increasing in 2020, that's good, but in 2021 is increasing a little bit more. So that's all the things that we can demonstrate and talking about by month or by segmentation. Same thing is something that is going to visualize and give us a really good representative of the customer analytics. Um, and that's it. Okay, now talking about the limitation, about all this information, we have something that is geography level. If we wanted to focus in one city in a specific or something like that, we have to use another different things. But the thing is that for me, the limitation is probably the 3 years lifetime that we get. If you see here, the 3 years is just according to 3 years, 19, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Is that not too much information that way we can expect more? Because look, if this year is probably about the COVID year, so that's something unusual. And now if we wanted to do a prediction for the future, it's going to be a little bit harder. Okay. Now I would like it, like something that I would like it to have, or something like that, that they can provide to us, was probably like, for example, what is the process of the purchase. Okay, so in the purchase, if they can include us here to us, how much time take them to uh, buy the product, how usually they buy the product, by year, about a little bit more time or something like that, or feedbacks. The feedbacks is going to be really good for us to let us know if we are in the good way, we need to look in or improve different things. I don't know, like for example, different kind of product of technology that we're missing, that we wanted to focus more or something like that. Okay, so I hope you understand and enjoy this explanation.